Right.
Okay. But what I see here is you want to talk about profile of our organization. If you look at Damco globally, we are a company that is providing logistics service to two important segments in the market. One is what we call supply chain management, and the other one is freight forward. In both cases, it's connected to freight, to moving goods. We are part of the Maersk Group, so obviously our connection to the ocean part is the strongest. If you look at the industry in general, there are a few very big players in the freight forwarding part. The freight forwarding part, the typical competitors are DHL, Kuehne+Nagel, Schenker, Siva, those guys. If you look at the supply chain management part, we don't really have a strong competitor other than APL. We are market leader when it comes down to supply chain management for retail, and then especially for retailers that are in the fashion or in the personal wear, apparel, that kind of industry. Our top customers, Walmart, Nike, Adidas, H&M, Tesco's, they're all in that segment. And we have not only competences, but also systems there that are quite unique. And I think this makes, this is really one of the benefits we have. If you look at what is development in there, we have been growing over years quite strongly. We are still growing strongly in that. But of course, others are trying to catch up. They're trying to steal away market share from us. The good news, I would say, in that respect is anybody that's in the SCM segment, a customer of ours, it goes for years. We have 20 plus years with H&M, 20 plus with Walmart, 10 plus with Nike, etc. So we are really able to not only tie in the customers, but provide the service that makes them stay. And I think that is core. If you look at the environment in the other part of the business, the freight forwarding part, there it's actually at the moment a very tough situation. The shipping lines, including our sister company Maersk Line, had a very, very poor 2016. Everybody lost money, Maersk Line as well, although they are market leader. Everybody lost money, and they are trying to change their model. In the past, they were very much focused on market share. Today, they are very much focused on bottom line. New alliances have been formed that became effective in April this year. Not so much for Maersk Line because they're in alliance with MSC. They only added H&M to it, but that's a minor player. But new alliances competing with the alliance Maersk Line is in have been formed, and that's kind of upsetting the market because it all needs to settle down at some point. In general, there is overcapacity in the shipping market, which you would say that's not a healthy starting point, and everybody agrees. And this is why new alliances are being formed, but also why big shipping lines are buying competitors. Maersk has bought Hamburg Süd, Hapag-Lloyd has bought UASC, and so on and so on. So the market is actually getting consolidated. It will not solve immediately the overcapacity, but what it will solve is that the whole positioning and the demand will be more in line with or the supply will be more in line with the demand in that industry. The ones suffering in there are the forwarders. So the DHLs, the Kuehnes, but also the Damcos of this world. We are suffering in that because we are trying, of course, to provide the best possible service to our customers. The prices are very volatile. There is, at the moment, it's very difficult to make a longer term deal. And of course, our customers would like to have certainty around not only prices, but also service. So this is going up and down. We are now on 2nd of June. It's getting more stabilized. If I look back 2-3 months, It was really a crazy market. Every second week, things would change. Now it's getting more stabilized. So the carriers are getting their operations and their strategy in order. They're putting the things in place that they need, and as a result of that, also the forwarders get more stability. So it is actually going in the right direction. I think 2017 will still be a very tough year for all of us, not just the carriers, also for the forwarders. And I think the good thing of Damco is we're not just dependent on that market. We're also not a top player in that market. We're a top player in SCM, but we're we're maybe in the top 10, but we're certainly not in the top 3 or in the top 5. So our dependency on the freight forwarding market is less than a lot of our competitors, and I think that's a good thing. We do obviously lose volumes of the SCM segment, of the SCM customers, also to fulfill some of our commitments in the freight forwarding market, and that gives us a very good stable basis. And then we have a few other products. We have air, very important. Air also connected to some extent to SCM, but we also try to position it as a separate product. There we are smaller than in ocean, but we are very aggressively growing. So if you look at year to date, I think we have grown 12% compared to last year globally, which is a good thing. We still have some market share to capture. We're also in W&D, warehousing and distribution, but that's only in selected places, selected countries, selected markets, selected verticals. That's a very conscious choice. Yes, we offer those services, but only if it comes with SCM or freight forwarding attached to it. We don't want to be competing with the CEVAs or the DHL Global Supply Chain guys of this world, because we don't at this moment have the scale, and it's also not our ambition to have that scale. But yes, we do it as part of an overall package. I would say the best example we have in Central Europe and Turkey is customer Kimberly-Clark, where we supply warehousing, freight forwarding services, SCM services by means of a control tower and a booking agent, and then all kinds of products around it, like insurance, custom house brokerage, T-documents, etc. So we'd love to offer that to more customers, and there is also quite a big demand for that. That's, I think, also one of our strengths. We really can take one of those big customers and build an organization around it, like we have done here with H&M, like we have done here with Collins. So that's really our strength. I'm looking at your list of questions here.
Yeah.
What are distinctive competencies? I think the most, if you ask our customers, the one thing they mention is our people. We are not treating our people like, okay, you do this for 3-4 years out. We really try to develop them. We are trying to create a bond between not only our people and amongst themselves, but also with our customers. People are with us for many, many years. They develop and they get recognized in the industry, especially the SCM people, for coming from a very good school, let me put it like that. If you look at distinctive competence from a more technical perspective, I would say it's our systems. It's not the fact that Maersk Line is the biggest carrier or all the CFSs we have around. It's our systems. We can do things that not too many others can, like PO uploads on SKU level, checking and chasing or tracing the shipments. Talking about the strategy as such, there is a new strategy for Maersk TNR, and there's also a new strategy for Damco. And the strategy for Damco is based on 3, let's say, core levers we want to do. One is we want to make sure that the supply chain solutions we have in place today, that we make them stronger in having more customers in there, but also stronger in offering more to the customers we have. So we really want to lift that again. A lot of focus has been on freight forwarding the last couple of years, but we want to position the solutions again. It's not just SCM, it's also like the example I just mentioned for Kimberly-Clark, where we take several of our products, put it together, and then do a complete end-to-end service to our customers. The second pillar is quite important, I would say. I just mentioned our systems are, especially in the SCM part, quite advanced. Now we want to make sure that we also become the leader in the other segments of the business. So we want to lead digital innovation. One part of this is a virtual freight forwarder, which we are implementing or introducing now, Twill. That it has been implemented in the UK, now it's in Iberia. China has started it, and the other origin will be Vietnam, and then it will be rolled out further. So it's just an example. What we also want to do is to make sure that our systems get interlinked better. That's the place where it sometimes goes wrong these days, but a lot of money and a lot of very clever people are working on this to put us ahead, or even further ahead, in case we speak of SCM, in that field. And the third thing, like any other company, we have to accelerate our performance. Our margins as such are going down. The competition is getting stronger and stronger. I mean the unit margin. So we have to make sure that we can stay up competing with the other guys by being very cost efficient. It doesn't help us if we have a great product, but it comes at twice the cost of our competitors. So we have to make sure that what we offer is balanced with what our customers want to pay for it. And that is in growth, and growth in absolute numbers, in EBIT, or NOPAT as they call it in the group, or operating profit after tax. So that's a continuous effort to increase that. I don't think it's something specific for Damco or for Mass Group. Everybody wants to do that, but it is an important pillar. You can't just invest without actually getting the returns also, and making sure that we, our shareholders, but also our people, that we can pay them. So at the end of the day, the overall big thing in this is our customer. And this comes back in our vision. We do not aim to be the biggest in the world. We aim to be the most recommended logistics provider in the world. We do not want to be, I don't know, the Amazon or the GE or the Microsoft or whatever. We want to be that player that if somebody talks about, hey, I want to have a good, solid logistics service provider, one that thinks with me, one that is innovative, one that develops with me, one that helps me grow, that then the person said, I work with Damco, and I really can recommend you to work with Damco. Any more questions?
Oh, that was perfect. Thank you.
Good.